It has rarely rained on my adventures, but other than the wet conditions, this adventure started as most of my longer ones, with a ferry, me, my 690 and a cruise to Estonia. It was the end of May and the first real adventure with my new KTM 690 Enduro R, a bike that I had built for myself during the winter months. A true test if it became the dream adventure machine that I visioned it to be. The plan for the adventure was simple. Use the Trans Euro Trail as the backbone to explore more of the Baltic countries. Mostly off-road, mostly unplanned. Forest, mud, sand, endless gravel roads, and a few bucket list items along the way. The kind of trip where the ride itself is the destination. On this first day, my target was just to transport myself to the city of Pärnu, from where I would head for the trails on the next day. This is the Baltic ride, my first adventure with the 690, and exactly the kind of ride it was built for. Welcome along! Good morning from Pärnu. It's Saturday, 24th of May. Time is now about 10 o'clock in the morning and temperature is 9 degrees. I'm super happy to be finally on the road. I have been dreaming of Trans Euro Trail Baltics for the whole winter, so now it truly begins. Today my idea is to start to follow the Trans Euro Trail Latvia. It's about 60 kilometers from here, so let's take the direct route there and then start to explore that one. The weather forecast says that there will be heavy rains throughout this area today, so let's see how much we are able to ride today. But starting from tomorrow, it should be all good. But let's get on the road now and see where we end up today. Welcome along! Last night I spent in this really lovely yacht club, 48 euros including the breakfast. So not bad at all. Let's see if we can fit through the gate. Barely. Here we go. Yeah, like I said, now I will just head to the Latvian border, because I have done already the part of Trans Euro Trail Estonia, which leads from here, Pärnu, to the border. So I will of course concentrate on the parts which I haven't ridden before, starting from Latvia. And like also said, I have been dreaming the whole winter of coming here to Baltics to explore more of these countries, these beautiful countries here. And finally the time is here. My main target is to head towards the west coast of Latvia and Lithuania, because that's the area where I have never been before. So really looking forward to that. But anyway, let's fill up the gas tanks and then continue the 60 kilometers towards the border and then hop on the trail. I came across this Trans Euro Trail Estonia just a couple of kilometers before the border, so let's take this one and follow this to the border. It's only something like maximum 10 kilometers to get there. So let's take some taste of the gravel before we hit Latvia. Seems this is pretty soft, so there has been some rains apparently in the previous days also. But so far looking good. The weather, I mean. I'm now already riding along the border between Estonia and Latvia. Hey, here's a bus stop here in the forest. But anyway, it's just behind that river flowing over there. Alright, just a couple of 100 meters to go before the border. Let's see what kind of crossing this is, because this is definitely not a main road. I remember when I last time crossed the border between Estonia and Latvia, and there wasn't even any signs that the country changed. Let's see what's the case here. I don't remember if I crossed the border here or somewhere else. Alright, this was the border. I didn't even notice because I was watching out for the mud holes. Yeah, I think this was the same border crossing that I took last time, because back then I didn't even notice those border posts. Like on this side, you don't see them at all. Here you can see one. How can we get the border post and bike on the camera like that? And then trail goes that way. Alright, let's continue to see how the Trans Euro Trail Latvia is. Alright, it's a bit muddy here, but so far so good. These tires that came originally with the KTM, these Mitas Enduro Trail, I think. These are not the best in the mud for what I have experienced, because the rear tire gets blocked immediately from the mud. So let's take it easy here. And anyway, I still don't like mud, but I won't complain yet. Alright, that wasn't for long. Now it's this basic forestry road. Pyrseni. I really don't know how to pronounce these Latvian names, but don't let it bother you. Okay, then a bit smaller trail. There's some slight rain as well at the moment, so let's see if I need to put some rain gear on, because these pants especially, they don't hold water at all. Each drop goes through, so let's see how this develops. Then a bit mud again. What is the... Oh shit. Yeah, I can imagine these trails will get super soft when it rains. So that was part of the reason why I was wondering how far I will get today. Then some more mud. Whoa, that was actually quite deep. I always forget how much I love these muddy tracks. Just like that. And then here this middle part was okay. What is that green lake? Okay, here's a single track. Let's try this one. Oh shit. If I take this That was deep. Maybe I can take a shortcut from here. Ah, made it. Made it. Need to try to stay on this hard-packed surface because, like you can most likely see, the rest of the road is super soft. Yeah, the rain seems to be getting heavier now, just like forecasted, so maybe I should start considering the rain suit. And also I think I need to take off this mic. My tires are so full of mud that there's absolutely no grip in the front or in the back. Maybe now we can clear the tires from the mud. I hope at least. Then I finally had to give up for the rain and put the rain suit on. I met the first person today on the bus stop, and by coincidence it was a dude from Finland. He was on a different kind of adventure, riding his bicycle from the city of Kuopio all the way to London, UK to babysit the dog. Just him, a normal city bike and a tent. What an awesome reason for such an adventure. Anyhow, I didn't let the rain bother me, but kept on following the trail. It was getting more interesting after every drop of water, and it didn't take long before I found myself in a mud paradise. God damn, almost got stuck there. That restaurant over there was marked on the trail, Buddha Cafe. Time is now 2 o'clock, so let's go for lunch. Yeah, it was this Buddha Cafe. Excellent burger. Now let's continue the journey. It's raining quite a bit. While I was enjoying the burger, I also scouted for accommodation for the next night and managed to find one in the village of Strenci, just along this section 5 of the Trans Euro Trail that I was on. So made my target to follow the trail all the way down there. The trail continued along bigger gravel roads with surface softened by the rain before heading again into smaller forest trails which were extremely slippery on the grassy, mossy and muddy sections. I was really enjoying the ride, but also taking it a bit carefully as I didn't have much confidence on the stock tires. But with this 690, it seems that mud is no longer my biggest enemy. With a combination of wet grass and mud underneath, this kind of wet field trails make the bike slide in all directions. Some could say these conditions make this kind of trails even more fun. I had an awesome time following the trail all the way to Strensi, where a totally empty guest house was waiting for me.
Alright, this should be the hotel, and the key should be under some rock here. Yes, it's this one. Alright, looking good. Now my only problem is those dirty bags, but maybe I should just throw them in the shower. Let's see. Awesome day.